Welcome to another Mass Nuke game. This is the second Mass Nuke game. The very first game, the microphone was a little bit off, so I'm gonna retouch on some of those talking points and introduce you to what this series is all about. You see, I like to live somewhere a little bit below where Florencio lives. Pig adorably calls him a sewer mermaid, but I assure you, I live somewhere much deeper, and I assure you also that Flo is a much better Starcraft 2 player than I am. I don't do 1v1s, I do 4v4s. I like to make people rage. I like to get petty sometimes. But ultimately, I love everyone. This is a great Starcraft community, the RTS community in general. Yeah, we have some fun, we have some enemies here and there, and it's all good entertainment, but it's all for fun. I hope you are entertained by the silly builds that I bring up. I don't do just mass nukes. I do some other silly builds, albeit far less execution than someone like the likes of Euthermal. And speaking of which, I would love to see Euthermal take some of these builds, my mass nuke builds, and just see what he can do with it at a pro or semi-pro level. Because I think they're actually good strategies. I mean, think about it. Mass nukes, if you're not going for the mineral line like every jabroni goes for, I mean, we're all trained. If we hear nuclear launch detected, we're all trained to look directly at mineral line each time, right? Maybe easier to land 4 of them at once if they're hidden in between or amongst the production. And let's say if you're a professional player and you have half the map covered, right? And you sneak 4 ghosts in the back where all the production is, and then in one fell swoop, the entire base is gone. I mean, I think that's very possible, especially for someone like Euthermal. I typically stick with the 4v4s because I can get away with these builds like I mentioned, but I have done a couple 1v1s. I will upload those replays, and I was successful, albeit at a much lower level. I'm somewhere between a gold and a platinum, and I'm okay with that. I'm not interested in getting good anywhere beyond that. When it comes down to it, StarCraft skill level is determined on how well you can multitask macro while you're doing your micro attack and 2-prong attack at the same time. It really just sounds stressful to me. I still like watching professionals from time to time, but I much rather just like watching people like Euthermal do silly builds at a high level. But we have our early harass here from our Zerg player. He's doing a great job taking out the expansions and putting yellow in the Hurt Locker here already. I really like when the players go ahead and do this early harass when I'm doing a silly build, because it gives me all the time in the world to set it all up. And that's great. He's got some more coming. And as you can see, we are macroing behind that, so we're already getting ahead on our side. Here comes yellow. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Yellow was coming for me, and then he went ahead and turned. Oh, because I have that. Good. So back to Pig over here. I mean, I'm a big fan of Pig, and I think that he could also execute some of these silly builds pretty well, but I don't know if he really likes to, lower himself down to the depths of the sewer and beyond. And that's what really requires to do some of these builds. What do we have on the menu today, folks? We have 8 nukes at once. Well, let's see how this plays out. I also need to let you know, I don't, 8 nukes at once building. I need to let you know how this kind of unfolds. I don't really know what's going to happen. I haven't watched these replays in many years, but I've got hundreds and hundreds of replays like this. I've renamed the replays so I have a little bit of an idea of what's going to happen, but I really don't know how everything's going to unfold. All right, I'm really appreciating all this extra pressure they're putting on there. Good job, Blue. And I'd say we're out macroing them pretty well. They're going to assemble for a nice team attack, which is always appreciated when I'm playing these 4v4s. It's usually just one person kind of going off on their own, no real communication, just going to do what you're going to do. And that does get frustrating. I understand. Look, I know I can be frustrating as a teammate to have on their team because I'm doing my I'm off in my own little world doing my build sometimes, and that's not a great teammate always. I think it's a great effort when someone's doing some early harassing and I come in and kind of wipe things up, or really in the mid game. Here I am, I'm coming along, and kind of take out their entire base, so then they can just do some final sweeping, and we win the game. But if we get rushed, well, I have my ghosts early on if we get rushed, and they actually do quite a good job of staving off tier 1 units. I'm also, so here's what I'm doing with this. I'm usually pretty good about finding the sneaky spots to get in there. In that case, there's a cannon, but the good news is yellow wasn't paying attention. He's off being distracted over here, and I'm all cloaked up and ready to go. What are we gonna do with these ghosts? Am I gonna spread the love, or am I gonna go all at once? Oh, I'm spreading the love today. 2 people getting the majority of their production just nuked. Wiped away. He is building... Ooh, he was building Observer, but no more. Oh, he could have been saved there. Just everything gone. If I'm yellow at this point, between the early harass and just getting nuked to oblivion, and also getting attacked over here, like, why stay? You can see me with my little cheeky smiling face. I often do that, try to extract some salt. Yeah, it's usually not successful. People are not as petty as I try to be sometimes. But, you know, it's all in fun. Yellow is a trooper sticking around, surprisingly. I'm really enjoying them nuking all these mass DTs. They always get me. They always get me with those mass DTs. Finally, some cloak action for yourself, buddy. Say goodbye to your entire base. Feels good. Orange blaming his team. And there you go. All the production gone. That should be game. They've got a little bit rolling around here. What do we have going on? Well, my ghosts get in position for yet another volley of nukes. We've got red with the Vikings coming on in. And, you know, they still have a decent amount to protect themselves, but it's just a matter of time at this point. This should be able to defend. Oh, that's going on. What am I doing with my nukes? What am I doing with my ghosts? As you can see, these ghosts stay cloaked for a long time, so that's something to note. I'll go over like how to do this build in the future, but yeah, right now I'm just nuking the mineral lines finally. Yeah, I'd like to make sure that those ghosts have full energy so they can get off 3 or 4 volleys of mass nukes while they're over there. So it's hard enough to get them hidden and inside there, behind the enemy lines there. And that should do it right there. Oh, the sweet fireworks. There we go. End of game. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you then.